Alright guys, welcome back. So straight away I owe you an explanation. There was no week 2 video, I didn't film it, life got in the way, and honestly I'm just going to be straight with you about that because that's what this channel is. There's no filter, no pretending like everything's perfect. So what we're going to do today is combine the last 2 weeks into one update, and trust me, there's a lot to talk about, so grab a coffee and let's get into it. So firstly, a couple of weeks ago the missus went away, which meant I was flying solo with the kids for the whole week. And I want to talk to you about this properly because I think a lot of you will relate to this. You've got your 9 to 5, you've got your training, and then on top of that you're doing every school run, every meal, every bath time and every bedtime. The household doesn't just stop because your missus has gone away. The cooking, the cleaning, the washing, all of it is still there. And I'll be honest, there were moments in the week where I was so tired from doing everything that the last thing I wanted to do was go to the gym. I was tired, the kids have been full on all day, just cooked dinner, cleaned up, then I was supposed to go to the gym. And think about yourself, you're tired, the kids have been full on all day, you've just cooked dinner and cleaned up after it, and now you're supposed to go and train. But having said that, I was able to get 4 out of my 5 sessions in. I missed one day, but I showed up for the rest of the 4. And to be honest, in this sort of situation, when you just show up, that's a win in its own right. I'm quite lucky in the sense that I've got a garage gym at home. Although I don't normally use it, I'm currently using a commercial gym because my training block is set up for the machines that you find in the commercial gym. Obviously, whilst my missus was away, I was able to dip into the garage gym and get a really effective workout done. And some of the sessions, my kids were with me, 6 o'clock in the morning, they were right there with me and we got it done. That week, the weight moved in the right direction, nutrition was decent, considering that I was cooking everything and helping the kids and manage everything else. I was still able to dial in on the nutrition, and by the end of the week I weighed myself. I was about 76 kg, which was right bang on point. So now that brings us on to the following week. Ramadan started about 9 days ago, and for those who don't know, Ramadan is the Islamic holy month of fasting where there's no food from sun up to sundown. It's one of the most important times of the year for Muslims, and I personally do take it very seriously as well. What was the most incredible thing from the last week was that I had the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia again to perform my Umrah. So Wednesday and Thursday I fasted in the UK, and I flew out for my Umrah on late Thursday evening. So just taking it back a little bit, for anyone who's unfamiliar, Umrah is a pilgrimage to Makkah. It's a deeply spiritual experience where you're performing tawaf, you're circling around the Kaaba, praying for goodness in this life and in the hereafter. So me and my friends, we flew out on Thursday evening, like I said, and we were going to be there for about 5.5 days. And the whole time is structured around worship. And being honest with you, when you're there in a place like that, your priority really isn't fitness, and it shouldn't be. And I'll make no apologies for that. And now here's where I'm going to be fully transparent with you, because again, that's the whole point of this channel. Before I left, my intention was to completely try to eat as lean foods as possible so that I can continue my lean bulk journey without any hiccups. But as soon as I got there, I realised it's just not realistic. You're so focused on making sure you're making the most out of your time there that in reality you just don't have that much time to think about food. So again, being fully transparent with you, the food situation was really not lean bulk friendly. There's plenty of nice restaurants out there, but with there being anywhere between 2 to 5 million people there at any given moment in time, I just wasn't going to waste my time trying to queue up for restaurants that allow me to have that lean food. The food situation was just not lean bulk friendly. Iftar and suhoor, breaking and starting of my fast, was very, very carb heavy. Lots of dates, lots of bread, full fat yogurt, traditional food. And you know what? When you've been fasting all day, you're just going to end up eating. You're not counting macros, you're just eating. And the queues at the restaurants, honestly, the crowds in Saudi Arabia during Ramadan are something else. You're talking about 2 to 5 million people there at any given moment in time. So rather than standing in a 45-minute queue every single time, me and my friends, we made the call just to grab fast food. Quick and easy, eat, you're done, freshen up, and then you're back to prayers. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I was perfect, because I wasn't, and that's fine. That was the right call for the fact that I was in Saudi Arabia to focus on worship. So now that's obviously going to have an effect on my lean bulk and my weight. Unfortunately, I've put on 3 kg. Yeah, you heard that right. It might even be a little bit more. A few weeks ago, I was celebrating putting on 400 grams, which is absolutely the right amount of weight that I should be putting on week after week, so that I can get to 85 kg at 10% body fat. Now I'm sitting here and telling you I've put on 3 kg in a week. That's a hard thing to say out loud on camera to you all, but here we are. Now the key thing here is it all fat? The answer to that is very unlikely. It would be very difficult for me to put on 3 kg of fat in the space of 5 to 6 days. So it's not all fat. It's most likely going to be a mix of water retention, carb loading, the sheer volume of food at unusual times of the day, digestive load, travel stress, a few things like that. But am I going to sit here and pretend it's all water weight and I'm fine? No. It was a big week of eating, and eating a lot of food that my body's not normally used to. So because of this, the lean bulk is temporarily on hold. So here's the plan going forward. For the next 1 or 2 weeks, I want to be clear about this, because I don't want this channel to become a series of excuses. The goal right now is to shred this weight as fast as sensibly possible. I want to get back to where I was before I left for Saudi Arabia, which was approximately 76 kg. I want to get over this blip, and then we can refocus on my lean bulk. So now Ramadan is still ongoing, so I'm going to be working within that constraint. Probably, to be honest, actually helps in some ways when it comes to me trying to just cut back a little bit. The training is going to be structured as always. I'm actually starting a new 12-week training block this week, so that's not going to change. But what will change is that I'll dial back my calories by about 20%, so going from about 3,000 calories to about 2,400 calories. This will just allow me to have a 1 or 2 week tidy up. Hopefully vast majority of that 3 kg weight will come off. But I'm not going to press the panic button. I'm really beating myself up about it. I went on a spiritual journey. And you know, really and truly, these are spiritual journeys of a lifetime. You just never know when you're going to go back, so you need to make the most of it when you're there. Been an honest update of what's happened over the last 2 weeks. It's not been glamorous, it's not what I planned, but that's real life, and that's what this channel is about. If you're on your own journey, whether that's lean bulk or fat loss, there will be challenges and blips along the way. Whether that's a holiday, a tough week, solo parenting, whatever it may be, you're not alone. These things happen a lot more than social media portrays. The goal was never perfection. The goal is to keep going, keep consistent, and if you do have an inconsistent week, then just get back on track as soon as possible. So for now, the goal stays the same, 85 kg at 10% body fat. I'll see you next week for the next update. I'll let you know how I got on with trying to shift this 3 kg of holiday weight. Subscribe if you're new and come on this journey with me. I'll be documenting my lean bulk over the next 4 to 5 months. And in that time, I've got a photo shoot in July. And the ultimate aim is to try and get onto that bodybuilding show on stage towards the end of the year.